The fluorescent lights of the lecture hall buzzed faintly, casting a sterile glow over the empty seats. The air was heavy with the scent of chalk dust and Lagos humidity, seeping through the cracked windows of the University of Lagos. Amara sat alone at the front row, her fingers trembling as she clutched the crumpled exam script. The red ink screamed failure, 38%. Her heart sank, heavy as the rain clouds gathering outside. She needed this course to graduate, to escape the suffocating expectations of her family in Oshodi, to become the lawyer she dreamed of since she was a girl. The door creaked open, and Dr. Chukwudi swaggered in, his starched border rustling with each step. His eyes, sharp and calculating, lingered on Amara longer than necessary. He was a man of charisma, his voice a velvet trap that had charmed lecture halls and broken hearts alike. At 40, he carried the weight of authority and the arrogance of unchecked power. Amara, he said, his tone soft but laced with something darker, you look troubled. She swallowed, her throat dry. Sir, my result. I don't understand. I studied so hard. Her voice cracked, betraying the tears she fought to hold back. She'd spent nights poring over textbooks in her cramped hostel room, the generators hum her only company when NEPA failed. Dr. Chukwudi leaned against the desk, his gaze unwavering. Sometimes, hard work isn't enough, he said, folding his arms. But there are other ways to secure your future. His smile was a blade, sharp and cold. Amara's stomach churned. She knew that tone, had heard whispers of it from senior students, girls who traded dignity for grades, their eyes hollow with regret. Sir, I just want to pass, she whispered, her hands twisting the edge of her blouse. I'll rewrite the exam, anything. He stepped closer, his cologne overwhelming. Amara, you're a bright girl. Beautiful, too. His fingers brushed her arm, a touch that sent ice through her veins. We could arrange something. A private understanding. You pass, you graduate, and no one needs to know. Her chest tightened, rage and shame colliding. She thought of her mother, selling peppers in the market to pay her fees, her father's proud smile when she'd gained admission. This was her shot, her family's hope, and now it dangled on the edge of this man's lust. Sir, please, she said, stepping back, her voice trembling but firm. I can't. His face darkened, the charm slipping like a mask. Think carefully, Amara. Opportunities like this don't come twice. He straightened, adjusting his agbada as if nothing had happened. You know where to find me. She fled the hall, her sandals slapping against the tiled floor, the weight of his words chasing her. Outside, the rain had started, a soft drizzle that blurred the neon lights of Yoba. Amara leaned against a wall, her tears mixing with the rain. She felt small, trapped, but a fire sparked within her. She wouldn't break. Not for him. Not for anyone. She'd find another way, retake the course, appeal to the department, anything but his bargain. As she walked back to her hostel, the city's chaos enveloped her, Okodas weaving through traffic, street vendors calling out. Lagos didn't care about her pain, but it fueled her resolve. She'd fight, not just for a grade, but for the woman she was becoming. Dr. Chukwudi's shadow loomed, but Amara swore it wouldn't define her. The days that followed were a blur of determination and dread. Amara buried herself in her books, her hostel room a fortress of notes and highlighters. She avoided Dr. Chukwudi's lectures, slipping into the back row when attendance was mandatory, her headscarf low to escape his gaze. Whispers of his influence haunted the campus, stories of other girls, grades battered in secret. She confided in Temi, her roommate, whose fiery spirit matched her own. You're not alone, Temi said, her voice fierce. We'll fight this. Together, they sought out Mrs. Adebayo, a lecturer known for her integrity, her office a haven of books and framed degrees. Amara's hands shook as she recounted Dr. Chukwudi's proposition, her voice barely above a whisper. Mrs. Adebayo's eyes softened with understanding, but her jaw tightened with resolve. "This ends now," she said, promising to escalate the matter to the university's ethics committee. "You focus on your studies. Let me handle this." Amara threw herself into preparing for a re-examination, her nights lit by the glow of her lamp and the hum of the generator. She joined a study group with other students, their shared determination a lifeline. Temi drilled her on legal theory, their laughter breaking the tension of late-night sessions. Slowly, the weight of Dr. Chukwudi's threat began to lift, replaced by a quiet confidence. The ethics committee moved swiftly. Whispers turned to murmurs, then to open conversations in the campus canteens. Other students came forward, their stories echoing Amara's. Dr. Chukwudi's charm unraveled under scrutiny, his arrogance exposed. By the time Amara sat for her re-examination, he was suspended, his office door locked, his agbode no longer a symbol of power but of disgrace. The re-examination was grueling, but Amara walked out of the hall with her head high, her braids gleaming under the fluorescent lights. Weeks later, the results were posted, 72%. Not perfect, but hers, earned through sweat and sleepless nights. She stood before the notice board, her heart swelling as Temi hugged her, their cheers drowned out by the campus bustle. Graduation day arrived under a blazing Lagos sun, the University of Lagos amphitheater alive with color, graduates in black gowns, families in vibrant ankara and osok. Amara's parents sat in the front row, her mother's girlie a proud beacon, her father's smile brighter than ever. As she crossed the stage to receive her degree, her braids adorned with gold beads caught the light, a symbol of her resilience. Mrs. Adebayo, seated among the faculty, gave her a nod, a silent acknowledgement of their shared victory. After the ceremony, Amara stood on the campus lawn, her gown billowing in the breeze, Lagos' skyline stretching before her. She thought of the girl who'd sat trembling in that lecture hall, the weight of a failing grade and a predator's offer pressing down on her. That girl was gone, replaced by a woman who'd fought and won, not just for a degree, but for her dignity, her future, herself. The city hummed around her, vibrant and unyielding, and Amara knew she was ready for whatever came next. She was no longer just a dreamer from Oshodi, she was a lawyer, a fighter, a light in the chaos of Lagos.